Alright, this is a video I've made on how to cast a browser window in Google Meet. Why would you want to do this rather than simply using the present feature? Well, for one, it allows you to share a video with working audio that all of the Meet guests can hear. But perhaps even more importantly, it allows you to cast a full screen presentation or video while still allowing you to see the Meet in a separate window on the same computer. This means that you can interact with your students in chat, as well as see any nod emojis or questions that you would otherwise miss while presenting full screen using the default method. So here's how you do it. First of all, you need to set up your browser so that you can cast. Now we do this by making sure your Chrome browser is actually logged in to your Ash's Gmail account. Now your browser being logged in is different to simply being signed in on your browser. I'll show you what this means. So up here in the top right corner of the browser, you'll see a profile picture. If that is your Ash's profile picture, then you're good to go. If, however, that is your personal Gmail picture, then you do need to do the following steps. So if this is your personal picture up here, what you do is we click on this profile icon, and this works on both Mac and Windows, and we go down to Other People here, and we're going to click on Add. Once we do that, we'll get a little window. It'll ask us to create a profile. Let's just call it Ashes. Choose the cute kitty and choose Add here. Now this has popped up a new window which is going to ask us that if we're already a Chrome user, we can sign in. And that's where you would enter your usual Ashes credentials. I'm already logged in on this one, so I won't go through the process, but you see the sort of system. Once you've done that, that will then open a new browser window that is signed in under your Ashes profile, and you'll see that because that picture will appear up in the top right corner. Alright, so that's very important as your first step. Now the next thing you need to do is once you've got your Ashes profile pic there, click on it and make sure sync is on. Okay, so that's important. If you don't do that, you won't be able to cast anything. Okay, once you've confirmed that sync is on, we now need to click on these three dots up here, and we are going to go down to cast ... All right, clicking on that will make this cast icon appear in your browser tab, and we want to right click on that. We're going to click two options. Always show icon, that means that it's always going to appear here. You don't need to click on the three dots anymore. And then the other one you want to click on is enable cloud services. Okay. So if that's not an option for you, if enable cloud services doesn't show, that means you didn't turn sync on. So we just need to go back a step, click on sync, enable that, and then you'll be able to enable that. So you've now set up your browser to cast a presentation with audio to a Meet. However, here's a little caveat, that is you can only cast a presentation with audio to a Meet that is in your Ashes calendar. So that means we can't use those automatically generated Google Classroom links. So we're going to have to use the links that the Ashes calendar creates. So to create a Google Meet that you can cast to, here's what we're going to do. First of all, we're going to go to Google Calendar. Now just for this to work, I'm going to create an event that's currently going on. So that's the 22nd. We're going to say cast test. We're going to make sure it's already begun. And now under guests here, you actually need to add, as well as your students, you need to add yourself. For some reason, if you don't do that, it won't appear on your Meet calendar. So I'm just going to put my own email address in here as a guest, and then make sure that it has got a Meet generated here. Okay, that automatically did it when I added a guest. But yeah, so that's going to be the link that we're going to be using. We don't need to save that in this instance. So I'll save that. Now to make sure that that actually appears as an event that we can cast to, we're going to go to the Meet homepage, which looks like this. And I will put a link to that homepage in the text that accompanies this. But we can see here all of the events with Meets that are scheduled for today. And if our students are using this correctly, this can be a homepage that they refer to see all of the Meets that they have on that day. So, you know, their lessons are there available for them to click on as they need to. It's quite a good sort of homepage as we use this Google Meet technology. Right, so now that it's appeared here, that means that we will be able to go in and cast to it. So we're clicking on this. Now here's how you actually cast to your Google Meet. So we've joined it. Here we are, just me, but a bit lonely, but that's nothing unusual. And we are going to choose the window that has the presentation or video that we want to cast to it. Now, do not make the mistake of casting from the Google Meet tab, because what you will do there is create a mind-bending vortex in which an infinite number of your meets appear, getting smaller and smaller until you disappear into a void of nothingness, hashtag turtles all the way down. So, I've made that mistake myself. It's just a nightmare. Instead, click on the tab that you do want to present. In this case, I've got a Google slide which has a video in it. I'm going to click on the cast button here, and you'll see a list of things that I can cast to, including my television and Chromecast, but there's also cast test here. That is the event currently on. If that doesn't immediately appear for you, just click away and click again. Sometimes it takes a little while for it to catch up, but it's there now. So we click cast test, and we'll see in the Meet that just like presenting, that's appeared there. So far it's similar to the presenting option. However, the main difference is once we press present in our slideshow, it appears full screen. However, I can still see the Google Meet as well as the full screen slideshow, which means I can interact with chat as I go through the slides. It also means that I'll be able to see any nod emojis that students use and be able to answer questions. I found personally using this in classes, it means I can have more of a to and fro discussion with students being able to contribute, whether it's via audio or via the text chat. And it just feels a bit more like teaching in a real classroom setting. And just to show you the video option, so down here, I'll click on the video, and this will then play with sound, and I can even make that full screen. And as you can see, voila, the Google Meet is viewable, as well as the video or slideshow that I'm presenting, which means that you can interact. All right. Sorry. Yikes. So you can see that we can interact with our students. That means we can easily pause, take questions from the chat as you go through your slides. So that's it. It's a bit finicky, it's a bit pedantic, but if you do follow all of those options, you should be able to do this. I do suggest testing it first with a colleague, make sure that it's working for both of you. But remember, you do need to be in an event scheduled Meet that's currently on for you to be able to cast, so it can't be one that's in the future. Cool, hopefully that works. If you have any other questions, email me or comment on this post and let me know. All right, good luck.